say Kent Jackson can absolutely fill it up from deep. He's dropping his dimes out there too, boy. He is filling up the net. And I love the freshman Plummer. Keep an eye on him because he can score some points too, number one for UNF.
Chuck will win it for North Florida. Beats cool there for the tip as we get started. 7:03 on this Thursday. Glad you can join us. Oriole and Lee out there. KJ in the paint. Plummer's number one for the Ospreys. Home team wearing white, Hatters in black. Oriole driving, loses a handle. Hatters come away with it.
Got his hand in the pass lane, deflected it loose, and it made Oriole kick it off his leg.
Fun guard, and Calvin Sermon's III, the junior. Same starting lineup. We mentioned it earlier. Jamie Phillips Jr. not in the lineup. He's wearing a boot. Work it around. Point guard will take the shot on the ASUN logo. It's too strong by Sermon's III.
Good job corralling the ball by Plummer, the freshman.
As here is Lee. He's been very physical for the Ospreys, kind of that intimidating presence. Kent Jackson, step back three. KJ off the mark, wide left.
That's such a tough shot for Jackson with the 6'10 defender on his face. Sheridan's good at closing out.
5 straight games in double figure scoring. Big time scoring Saturday. Donnie Jones, our head coach. There's number 9. You talked about him. Right hand is good early from Colin Cool.
And it's good defense right there. Diachok's right in his face, and he's just cool right over there. And that's where Coach Kennan had talked about. You got to keep the ball out of his hands. You cannot let the ball enter the post into number 9.
6'8" junior from Holly Springs, North Carolina. This is Plummer. Back to Oriole. Oriole looking to go baseline. Pass for Lee. One dribble, and it's poked away. A good job there as Sermon's at third with the steal. Corner 3. Here are the Hatters, and they take an early 5-0 lead in that corner. It's Ethan Copeland.
Copeland, 29 points earlier this season at Rhodes. He's such a capable shooter. You can't let him get that open look.
5-0 start. This is Oriole. Looking downhill for the big man. It's off a couple of fingertips. Last touch by Cool.
I like his thought right there to throw it over the top, but you've got to be careful. They're coming in there closing out, so you got to be careful on that pass.
Big fan of Donnie Jones, of course, stops at Marshall, UCF, long time big recruiter at the University of Florida. Oriole, 15 on the clock. Here's Lee looking around, handoff for Kent Jackson. Ospreys looking for that first bucket. Mason Lee will get it.
And it all goes back to Diachok. That's what he's really done during ASUN play. He's 2-1 on assist to turnovers, and he's really stepped up his pass. And one of the things Coach Kennan said has made him a difference maker.
Well, it showed right there as I'll look for the 3 again. Hatters, can they go back-to-back too strong? Is that one Jake Johnson?
I like the rebounding by UNF. They're gang rebounding on defense.
As they'll take a 3 here by Mason Lee. Offensive board, it's Plummer. Plummer right hand, it lips off. Sermon's a third. He was looking back at his head coach maybe for an offensive play set. Corner 3. Hatters this time. It's short in that far corner. It was Sheridan.
Great look-ahead pass down there to Plummer, and a smart move by Plummer to kick it out.
Diachok was calling for it, briefly was doubled. Cam Oriole goes up, under, doesn't get it to fall there, and the Ospreys whistled for the foul. And there's head coach Bobby Kennan, first year at the helm, his 17th season here at the University of North Florida.
Hey, he's almost a staple here, and he's really done such a good job in the state of Florida with his recruiting and his relationships, and it's great to see him get this opportunity here. And both the guys got their little patches on. It's a little pin, I think, and wearing sneakers for Coaches versus Cancer. You know, it's something that college basketball does this week every year, so it's good to see that happening.
And you've got your sneakers on, too. 3, Hatters deep right there, and it's drained by Jake Johnson.
And Johnson, who stepped up and really elevated his game since Jamie Phillips got hurt.
Yeah, he is trending upwards as well. We'll also see Alex Doyle a little bit later. He comes off the bench. Downhill, it's Dalton Gayman, just checked in, and he gets hacked. So You mentioned it in our pre-show meeting. The Ospreys trying to match that size of Stetson.
And it's hard, you know, and you make a great point because you look out there at the jump ball and you can see so much more. And great job right here by Gayman. He knew he had the big defenders, just what you were talking about, Richard, on his back. So he sails that pump fake and then goes into the contact. And what he really does for UNF is draws a foul on number 9. We're going to say that all night long. Cool. And you're going to want to log his fouls if you're UNF. And if you're Donnie Jones, you want him on the floor even if he's got his foul. He's telling his guys, so who you subbing for?
Yeah, so a little confusion there. So Doyle goes in for Cool, but some confusion that could have really hurt you.
Right. You leave him out there and he gets over the back call on this rebound because he's such a hard player, plays tough.
So Dalton Gayman, who's been playing really well, 82.8% at the free throw line as well.
He has stepped his game up in conference play. You just go to look at his stats, and just when you really look at these guys in conference play, that's what matters because they haven't played that. They all play that tough non-conference schedule.
Good hands by Dante Oliver, who's recently checked in for the Ospreys. Here's Johnson trying to go baseline, and good work as Kent Jackson comes over to get the stop.
The smaller, pesky defenders can be a problem for the big, long, tall guys for the Hatters, and that's what's happening so far.
Just 4 minutes.
More height with Stetson. UNF is out rebounding them 4-3 right now, but the problem is they're 1 of 5 from the floor with the defense of UNF, just their length, and they had a couple timely turnovers where the pesky passing lanes with the active hands from Stetson.
There's Cam Oriole. Baller. Kent Jackson, the second best baller on this team. He fades back, kisses glass. That's a beauty.
Not your normal Kent Jackson play, but he knew the defender was on his hip, and he just drove him down there until he could get the shot he wanted.
He was the first player warming up today at 4:50, I believe it was, this afternoon.
That's the reason his stats are through the roof. He works on his shot.
Corner 3. This is Doyle, and that one just rolls around. Thought it was good from our angle.
Oh, it looked good, and it was soft up there. Almost had a chance to fall in.
Doyle, dangerous player off the bench, 6'9", 210. Gayman for Oliver.
Oliver stepped up his game in conference play.
On the F, there's Kent Jackson.
He's making us look like psychics, Richards. Just what we said. We said he's been working on that jumper.
That hard work paying off. Floater is no good, but an offensive rebound there. Sheridan will give them an extra chance. Serman's a third. There's Doyle. He'll shoot it a ton. Good passing. With
Cool out, Richard, it's a different offense almost.
It really is, but that right hand from the redshirt junior, Finley Sheridan.
Sheridan's kind of been there for a couple years now, so that he knows the system, and Donnie Jones knows him well, and he's a good offensive option down low with that hook shot.
Cam Oriole, one of the front runners for ASUN Player of the Year. Still a lot of basketball to be played, though. Jackson for Oriole. He'll look to drive. Dump ball for Mason Lee, and he's got 4 points.
But to keep his head up under the pressure of driving into the double team, and then Lee with such a smart move diving down the lane for that assist from Cameron Oriole.
The Ospreys have scored 7 of the last 9 points since that first media timeout. See some subs over at the scorer's table.
Oh, it's good pace. They're up and down.
Serman's a third. Copeland, the catch and shoot, and he drains that. That was smooth from the junior.
There are some unbelievable shooters in this game tonight. Between Copeland, Oriole, and Jackson, you can keep on going out. There's 40% three-point shooters everywhere.
Tough shot. You've got the big man. Sheridan was back there. Maybe got him on the wrist, too.
Got a little bit of a break. I think I'm with you there, Richard.
Serman's a third. Ospreys fans not too pleased on that one. Another deep 3. My word. Copeland all the way in Town Center.
You cannot let that guy catch the ball. I mean, it's like if he catches it, he can still shoot it. He is so quick with that release.
The triples are falling for this DeLand school. Not too far down the road. Jackson, he goes floater. And it's short. Good rebound. Again, Sheridan making an early impact.
No doubt. But the hardest thing for North Florida is the defensive, the offensive rebounding. They've got to get back on defense, and they've only got 1 or 2 guys that can rebound with the length of Stetson.
Corner 3, and this time it's good by Alex Doyle. He was so close on that first attempt.
Hey, these shooters, you wouldn't know they just got off the bus. You know, they came straight from Stetson for the game. No shoot around up here, but they already feel comfortable with these rims. 9 straight for the Hatters. And feasting from downtown. Now 5 for 8. Cam Oriole. Doyle has the matchup. Lee will go to the post for Gayman. He's got the mismatch, but it has been Sheridan who has been setting up there and controlling this game. He's improved so much this year. He's one of the most improved guys for Stetson, and he can really do it on offense and defense for Stetson, and he's showing this many threes in this series history, but they sure are making them tonight. That is right, as the Ospreys have won 5 of the last 7, and Jade over on the sideline, she's got more about what she's seen. Jade.
Stetson, and it was a very confident huddle. They were all talking to one another, talking about taking a breath and just making sure that they're getting the good shots. Head coach Johnny Jones said, we're taking good shots and we're getting them, so continue to do that. On the other hand, for UNF, they haven't had anybody really with any sort of point production. They want their team to speed up a little bit, guys. And Cam Oriole, no points yet for the Ospreys.
Right there. Thank you so much, Jade, as she is just walking up and down the sidelines trying to get us inside both huddles. Love it. Thank you.
She's quick as a cat. I didn't even see her go by us.
Yeah. No, she is great. Daniel McGregor in for Stetson as another 3 thrown up there. Copeland, he wanted a whistle, and I think he had a good argument.
Or a good flop.
Gayman gets his miss, and the Ospreys a much-needed bucket.
And we were talking about his rebounding. He's up to 6.3 rebounds a game in conference play, and he's going to have to pull rebounds as he's been doing tonight.
Corner 3. We've seen this 3 times. There's a miss by Doyle, but he's being left wide open.
Well, they're penetrating down the middle of the lane and getting the help defense to come over, and when that help comes, they kick it right out to that corner where Doyle's popping.
Hines in for the Ospreys. He had that corner shot. Good to see him healthy. Plummer, the deep shot, and he'll miss. Good rebound comes by Copeland.
The defense for Stetson is really where it's at right now. They're doing such a physical job of keeping people in front.
McGregor comes back out. Ratovsky onto the floor. Tough up and under as you've got Dalton Gayman going up for it as well. And we'll see our first look as Katie, who comes in for Gayman, and a break for Ethan Copeland. A good start for him through about 9.5 minutes.
Oh, no doubt about that. That young fella can shoot the ball from anywhere, as we talked about in our opening, but he's proven it. But, you know, Katie, the talented freshman's got tons of athleticism. He's able to guard bigger players.
There's the 3. It rolls in. Calvin Sermons the 3rd. And so they stay hot from deep, Jacob.
Even though he's only shooting 29% from 3, which is really not a bad number, he's one of the weaker three-point shooters on this perimeter because these guys can shoot it so well for Stetson.
Orioles been pressured a ton. McGregor has a matchup on him. Hines wanted that ball, but this pressure from Stetson, it's noticeable, palpable. Katie, the step-back 3 is back iron.
Bodies flying everywhere. There's 3 guys on the floor, Richard.
My goodness, I thought that UFC fight was Saturday.
You think nobody cares about winning this game?
Oh, we knew it was going to be tight. Ospreys were favored coming in. Wide open, power dribble, and it misses. Ratovsky, I thought he was going to go it on the first take.
He had him, and he's taller than Diachuk. He should have just went straight up, but you never know what you're dealing with. That's what his teammate just grabbed him right there. You know, McGregor just grabbed him and said, go up strong.
Yeah, 6'11" from Poland. Should have been an easy 2. Hatters lead by 9. They've been in control. Deep shots, plentiful. Corner 3, here's Doyle again. He'll miss this time. Nearly had a chance at an offensive rebound. Now it's Cam Oriole. Oriole looking to get something. He's going to head to the free throw line. So really just trying to jumpstart this offense.
100%, because what they're doing is they're denying the ball to Cam Oriole. They're not letting him get the ball. So he gets it in transition here and attacks full court at the rim. And all those bodies in front of him, he doesn't try to do like a finesse shot. He goes at the rim. They're going to have to call a foul because you're going to foul him if you don't just get out of the way. So he's going to go get a couple points here to get his rhythm going.
As Oriole, just a great shooter, averaging almost 21 points per game. And you talked about that for both teams, Jacob, the fact that keep that pressure on the guards, and really something you saw quite a bit under Leonard Hamilton.
Yeah, and we led the nation in defense a couple or three times, really. And it all started with how you guard the perimeter, because you can have bigs, and it doesn't matter if they can't get the ball. So if you can deny the ball on the perimeter or keep the guard from making an easy pass to the post. North Florida had success with that early, but they've adjusted to shooting threes instead of trying to get down low with Cool.
First 2 points for Cam Oriole, just about 11 minutes in.
I think he's got Mason Lee there with a hold on Cool. And it's a handful down there with Cool, because he's active, he's strong, he's trying to get his positioning, and whoever's guarding him from North Florida is going to have to put some work in.
For sure. 9:11 to play first half, action-packed. Hatters look like they're at home. Handoff, here's McGregor. McGregor dumps off. Cool, uses his body well. Hines on his back. Misses his second attempt. Donnie Jones wanted a foul.
He knocked Mason Lee 6 feet, and there's no foul. But it was good D and great offense.
Oriole, here's Plummer. Plummer goes floater. The freshman is short.
They need Plummer to make that shot. Someone's got to hit that floater to open this defense up.
McGregor, good minutes here as a backup point guard. Head back to the top, looking for the big man. Difficult shot, but you've got Cool, who's just fighting relentless down there.
And you know what? He stays so tall. He doesn't go over your back. He extends through the traffic and just keeps that ball active, trying to tap it in the rim or tap it to himself.
Well, you see him early, Jacob, and right away you can say that young man has a high basketball IQ.
Cool is good. This is the first time I've seen him up close and in person, and it's no question. I see why everybody says you got to stop number 9.
5 minutes of play, 3 rebounds and 2 points. Plummer goes back to Mason Lee. Lee has a mismatch there in the lane. Lost it briefly. And what a hustle play. And that really has defined what Stetson has brought here in the first half.
They almost have more an aggressive energy, almost like a sense of urgency, the way they're playing. And it's like North Florida is almost a little punch drunk a little bit, it feels like they're reacting. They've got to turn the aggressor on to Stetson and not let Stetson be the aggressor.
Serman's a third. Good minutes here thus far. It's Sheridan. Sheridan, great moves and a finish by Colin Cool.
They play so well together down low, attacking the help side.
Plummer, McGregor, he's been the relentless Bulldog recently. Cam Oriole, only 2 points in this first half. And a foul away from the ball.
He got a foul on Sermons, holding Lee as he was trying to roll to the basket. But if you want to talk about a basket.
Already tonight, Jacob, 9 points, and he's feasting from downtown. That's a big reason why they have this lead right now.
Absolutely, and from sunny side Washington to sunny Florida, he is as bright as the sun from the corner. He is killing it from deep, but it's off the help side. They're helping on defense and leaving him open, but he's had one off the dribble just clean.
Here's Oriole. McGregor has that defensive assignment. And they've done a really good job, and an illegal screen there. It's going to be on Dalton Gayman.
That's what he did, stick his butt out on the screen. But I've never seen it called with the guy having the ball in his hand. It's usually a guy trying to set the screen for someone with the dribble, but he stuck his tail out and affected the defensive trailer. That's a tough shot a foul out on the perimeter.
Are you going to say bottom, rear end, just to check all the boxes?
Hey, I'm trying not to have to say an apology.
I love it. Here's Johnson, fades back, too strong on that one, but Copeland an offensive rebound. Hatters another chance. They look to go in the paint. Gayman knocks it away. This is Jackson. Jackson will pop the three. He likes that spot here on the left wing.
Gayman's just so tough to pull that rebound.
Hines, nothing but net.
You know, Hines, he'll surprise you. Even though his stats are only 19% for three, he can shoot that ball.
Missed 3 weeks. Down low, the big man. And he's down there. Tell you what, Finley Sheridan, this young man playing in his 65th game for the Hatters. Big part. He's, I believe, third best plus-minus out there right now for Stetson.
And that's what you find out with a guy like this who's been in the program. You see, he knows where to be. He can't hang on the rim. That's what Coach Kennan's talking about, complaining at the refs, even though they call the foul. So, but his improvement from last year in these 65 games is unbelievable, because last year he was just kind of on a fringe guy that'd go in and get some supplements. This year, he's a straight-up option, and he's a defender. But they've got to stop helping, Richard. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're fine.
The help defense is creating a wide open man. They've got to get better rotation, North Florida does, to recover from whoever's helping.
Back to the largest lead here for the Hatters. It's 9 again. They've done it once already. Gayman wants Cam Oriole. And he's just seen a hand in his face all evening. And a foul on an obvious one. Sheridan comes over. The big boy bumps him.
And that's really part of their defense, is their physicality, is how they're being physical on the guys with the ball on the perimeters, and they're chucking cutters. And so if you're not going to, if they're not calling it, that's a huge advantage for Stetson. But right there, you can't just physically push the best player in the league off.
Good hands by McGregor. Near a steal there against one of the best players in the league. And Jackson uses Gayman, finds Gayman, who soars.
Jackson, everyone thinks he's going to shoot it, puts it on the floor, and gets the dribble drive and hits the Gayman on the cut.
That nearly was a great three by Johnson. McGregor, the no-look pass. Lee comes back. He'll go Gayman, who can pop the three also. And Dalton Gayman's too strong for a city rebound by Johnson.
So many guys crash the glass for Stetson. They do such a good job on the glass.
Sheridan was looking for cool downhill. And off his fingertips, somehow saves it. Copeland. Great passing for Johnson in the corner. And points at some of the UNF fans courtside. Gives them a 10-point lead.
And then right there, just before that, you know, North Florida and Stetson is forcing the action. And that's going to, it's got to turn. North Florida's good. These guys, they've got to get settled with this physicality.
So Cam Oriole 0 for 2 from the field. Makes his third free throw. And he's been kept quiet, but credit Stetson and what they've done. And we talked about it early, Jacob. The fact that the Hatters, yes, they've lost 3 in a row, but against 3 of the best teams in the league.
And they've been in all of those games, and they're good. This is a very good Stetson team. I think they're way better than last year's Stetson team. They just bring way more to the table right now. And even Coach Jones mentioned this today, and not Coach Jones. I was talking to one of their assistants, and I'm not going to call anybody out in case Coach Jones gets mad at him. But he said, that Phillips is so ball dominant that they're almost better because more people have an opportunity. When Phillips is out of the lineup, more people can score.
There's Hines. Goes up. But you've got a hand in the face with Sheridan, who will be whistled for the foul right there. So Hines, much needed, kind of second aggressor behind Cam Oriole. And we'll take another look here.
And Hines putting it on the floor and goes in, gets that first contact. But then Sheridan runs into him with his body, and that's a foul all day long. I mean, he would have made that shot if he didn't get hit. So, you know, they're playing through it and adjusting to it with the jump stop. The jump stop went off 2 feet instead of trying to fly up there on 1 foot. Off balance.
2 Hatters now with 2 fouls each. Sheridan and Sermans the third. So Hines makes the first free throw. Diachuk comes in for the Ospreys, replacing Mason Lee, who also has 2 personal fouls.
And that's a big hit for North Florida because Mason Lee, numbers on offense don't necessarily show it, but what he does on the glass and defensively and his assists, he's had some huge assists. He's had 7 assists recently.
Yeah, he can be that X factor for sure. Johnson, this is Copeland. Doyle matched up against Gayman. Cool's down low, calling for the ball the entire time. And Cool goes down, and the reach in there. Diachuk calls for the foul.
That's a tough break. Diachuk reached around trying to deflect that away, and they're calling him with the hook. But, he had his right arm around his back. And I'm going to have to agree with the ref. But it looked good from our end, Richard. I thought he had a good deflection.
You felt almost sorry to say that. I was surprised. Here's Copeland, high arcing three, rattles home.
And you can see right there in that shot right there, it drops through the net, and Kent Jackson's just, he's devastated, right? But you can't let him get a step on you. And Coach Kennan talked about that. He said they have to be up under all those guards at all times. And you better get up under Gayman, because you let him roll down the front of the rim, he's going to make that layup in your face.
Gayman answers. Here's Johnson. Tip back. Maybe a chance by Cool. And it's going to be last touched by McGregor. But I tell you what, Stetson, they've enjoyed that deep corner right in front of the Ospreys bench all night.
And their sets kind of send you over there, but it comes off their penetration. That was an out-of-bounds underplay that worked out really well for them. But as bad as it sounds, and you feel in this game, it's a 6-point deficit for North Florida. They are in this game. They're just going to have to keep grinding until they can shift the momentum their way.
Left elbow for Gayman. Doyle pushes him back out. For Oriole, scanning the floor. He'll go downhill. Dalton Gayman over to the corner. Hit Jackson.
What offense! Cameron Oriole had all sorts of defense on him. Saw Gayman pop open. The help defense came to close on Gayman, and Gayman, who had a shot, unselfishly kicked it out to Kent Jackson for the wide open three.
The Ospreys are third three. Jackson now is 2 for 4. Leads the team with 8 points. Copeland. He'll work it back out. Shot clock winding down. Cool gets it stripped. It'll stay with the Hatters, but 4 on the clock.
They're going to do something at the rim for Cool to get a dunk, or trick everybody and have them pop out the corner for a three.
We'll talk about it more when we come back.
About North Florida shooting threes. That's just their third three that Jade was talking about, right? Big three. 7 threes for North Florida. We talked about North Florida's inside game. We talked about Stetson's inside game and how everybody's worried about it. North Florida is winning the points in the paint 10-8 right now.
And getting some good bench play and it's going to be a foul. So a big swing right there, but we had mentioned that timeout taken by Bobby Kennan. Big swing as UNF has outscored the Hatters 9-2 since that timeout was called.
And you know what? He settled his team down. Bobby's a good coach, and he's got them. He's adjusted a little bit, and they're calling moving screens everywhere.
They are moving. The screens are being blown open by this chilly Florida weather.
It's like crazy. But yeah, it's like that timeout changed the game because it settled them down on offense. They made an adjustment to help get the ball moving and going through Cameron Oriole, where before that, Stetson was being able to keep the ball out of Cameron Oriole's hands. But Cameron Oriole's got to touch the ball in the offensive sets for North Florida.
And a huge foul call. That's Nestor Diachuk's third personal to Cool. One dribble in the left hand.
He can do it off the dribble or on the low block, and that was great action for him to get that roll up top and then the entry pass.
Gayman playing really well for the Ospreys in the first half. Jackson will go back to the big man, and he finds another basket.
There's a little bit of a good camaraderie right there with Jackson, who drew the defender out. He had Cool switched on to him instead of trying to shoot it. Great eye vision to find Gayman rolling to the basket.
Dalton Gayman for his Osprey in double figures. McGregor. Pass down low. They go to Colin Cool. Cool. He's been a double-double machine as of late. Too much on that shot.
Gayman's doing a great job straight up fronting him when he catches it, just going straight up and tall enough so he has a difficult shot, Richard.
The Hatters have been really good defensively. Kent Jackson way downtown, but the rebound for Dalton Gayman. He's been the Ospreys' X factor. Goes one more to Hines. Hines from 3, and we're tied up.
I can find a corner too, Richard, but that's all but Gayman. Gayman keeping that ball live, then getting it deflected, corralling it, and then getting it back in. And we got a cylinder call. This is the third cylinder call I've ever seen called in my life.
In your life, really?
In my life.
What were the first two?
Well, that one was another announcing game. In the original one, they called him P.J. Savoy in the NCAA tournament in the Elite Eight in California against Michigan to go to the Final Four. They called P.J. Savoy on a steal. They called him for a cylinder foul, and it was just like we didn't win because they went to the free throw line and went up 3.
Oh,
but
I'm sorry.
I know.
It keeps you up at night.
I hate cylinder calls, surely because of the original cylinder call I witnessed. In the original year, it's like 2018 was the first year that was a rule.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here's Doyle at the free throw line. We're tied up for the first time tonight.
Plummer, the freshman, he had no idea what a cylinder call was. They don't have that in high school.
Well, most of them were looking around like, what just happened?
And then, you've seen most of the hand signals, and the hand signal is like two hands like sliding up and down like you're greasing a pole or something.
Well, it looked like a soccer throw-in.
There you go, right?
Doyle, he'll miss the second one.
Doyle's got such a good shot. I'm surprised he missed that bad boy. And right here, 1 point. Hatters defense at North Florida has climbed back, but they've adjusted to this pressure from Stetson.
Katie. Hines, catch and shoot. 3 is off the mark. It would have been back-to-back for him. Gayman's
out of the game right now. Katie's in, so you're missing that X factor down there rebounding.
And Doyle knocks down Hines.
And Hines either did a great job acting like LeBron James or Doyle banged into him and threw him backwards, one way or the other. I did not have a clear view of it, but he flew off of him. And look at the contact. Yeah, you can't extend your arm. He even extended his left arm. It's a really good. He can potentially get some theatrics there, credit. But yeah. I don't know if you get extra credit for that in class.
But there was a forearm shiver.
100%. He extended his left arm.
Minute 20 to go, halftime. Coming up, we'll hear from the men's tennis head coach at UNF, John Collins. Stats, highlights, and so much more. We'll take you around the league also. Here's Katie. Katie driving against Cool and draws the foul. And Donnie Jones upset. That's maybe the 4th time he's been pretty irate about a personal foul call.
But because he's getting away with it mostly, But he rides him with his body, right, and then hits him with his chest on the shot. And when the offensive player gets pushed in an opposite direction, they're going to call that a foul. But the difference is if that's Gayman, while he's been in the game, Gayman's been jump stopping and going off 2 feet. Katie came through there and jumped off 1 foot. That's kind of a freshman mistake. You get better at that as you go through your career. But he needs to go off 2 feet so that he can take that contact and score the basket.
So Katie misses the first free throw. As last game, he only played 7 minutes. He makes that one there, and we're tied up again, this time at 35. Coach Jones yells out the offensive set for McGregor and the Hatters. Copeland is hot to begin this first half. Couple of new bodies in. J.R. Leonard seeing him for the first time this evening. Copeland. They'll go corner. 3 is off the mark by Johnson, but Leonard brings that offensive rebounding ability. Hatters nearly had another chance, and it comes all the way to Copeland. Copeland goes up. Nifty move and a kiss.
Copeland went through everyone, beat his defender, Oriole, and then went through the bigs. Everyone thought he was going to shoot a jump shot.
Oriole. 3 is too strong. Copeland leads his team with 13.
A little bit of a quick shot by Oriole. I wish Oriole had tried to get a little something. I think he felt like he needed to get a shot up. They could have got a better look.
Yeah, it did feel very rushed.
Yeah, but I mean, he's frustrated. He's probably a little frustrated offensively.
15 from downtown. It's been a lot of Ethan Copeland in this game. He was great early, had that beautiful floater and a kiss. 21.9 seconds to go, halftime. We'll hear from both coaching staffs. Stetson most likely will hear from first with head coach Donnie Jones. McGregor keeps staring at that clock. Oriole in his face. And a foul away from the ball. Been a very physical game.
Getting Oliver with the hold.
We'll see the replay here.
A lot going on. He's got 2 hands wrapped around him. Hines right here, you can see him, and completely disrupts his cut. And I think I could have called that foul. I don't even need a striped shirt.
Jay Johnson at the free throw line. Reminds me of trying to chase down my 4-year-old daughter, trying to get her in the bathtub.
There you go. But when she don't want to do it, she looks just like Johnson. running away from you.
She's the queen of the house. Dalton Gayman is back in, so you need that enforcer type.
Yeah, he tried to get on that last timeout that was called, but there was he didn't beat the horn.
7.7 seconds. Johnson, deep breath. They'll make it there. 4-point game.
Good coaching move by Donnie Jones, trying to get a sub in, which then allows him to set his defense so that Cameron Oriole can't get it on dead sprint. They want to keep Cameron from getting it and let anybody else bring it up the court.
So that'll be Sean Morgan, the freshman guard, who comes in. He's only played 8 total minutes in ASUN play. Dalton Gayman. 5 seconds. Gayman's just going to drive this one. Misses. Second chance, and a whistle gets blown.
Followed his shot. Did a great job drawing the foul off McGregor. He's such a good offensive rebounder. He attacks the glass on offense. He tries to keep everything alive when that shot goes up.
As you can see the fouls there, 9-8. McGregor's saying, guys, he didn't even touch him.
Dalton is shooting 2, hands up.
Good student section here tonight. 2 shots for Dalton Gayman. And so the Ospreys missing just her second free throw tonight. Now 9 for 11.
And Gayman, 83% from the line. He's a really solid resource from the charity stripe.
He'll make the second, 1.6. Copeland, he'll be able to get a shot off. And this one just misses to the right. He thought he had it. And for a second, I did too. As the Hatters right now, they lead by a 3-pointer. Dockerman, his first year as the director of operations, assistant coach there. As Donnie Jones talking to one of the officials. It's been an exciting 20 minutes basketball thus far. Hatters will start off with possession. As we talked about it throughout the game, but the passing, the assists to made baskets have been tremendous. Here's Johnson flying in and a late whistle.
And touching on what you just said, Richard, 11 of their 14 field goals for Stetson are assisted baskets. But you can't get an assist if you penetrating with the ball in your hand and 2 guys slapping at it, Plummer and Diachok. I'm not sure. Who did he put it on, Richard?
I wasn't even.
I haven't seen it yet.
I wasn't looking
our
either.
Our officials are not the most user-friendly with their signals. So we're going to work on that.
I believe it was on B.J. Plummer. That's his second personal.
Good, because I was concerned if Bobby Kinnan was going to lose his other big man.
Yeah, that's a great point. Here's Jake Johnson. And that one just does not get it to fall.
I still like Plummer to get comfortable and contribute in this half. He hasn't really got any baskets yet. He's had a couple good looks.
This is Oriole, I think a little miscommunication there. He was trying to get it to Lee and turned it over. Johnson got the steal and then nearly fell into the seats. No beer or popcorn was spilled.
That's because we weren't over there, Richard. We'd have some popcorn if we were sitting on the front row.
Oh, absolutely. Here's an open 3, top of the key. And Sheridan back iron.
Once again, that good defensive rebound by North Florida is helping them on the misses, but they've got to get something out of this on offense.
Oriole, fade away, difficult shot, and you feel like maybe he's putting too much pressure on himself.
That could be the case, because you know he wants to score just to win, not from a selfish perspective. He knows his value to breaking down the defense because he commands so much attention when he's scoring.
Copeland, now it's Sermans the third. Been brilliant in this game, finding everybody. Colin Cool goes one more. Johnson fakes it, ASUN logo, and he sinks it.
And it all started by the penetration of Sermon to kick it down low to Cool, and Cool popping it to the shooter in the corner, who then made a smart move to one dribble pull up.
Diachok looking around, but Cool is just all in his face. Cameron Oriole. Mason Lee will have the open 3, and he knocks it down.
And he gets knocked to the floor, but good look. That's big for North Florida. When Mason Lee can throw in some points offensively, it really helps the stat line.
Yeah, spread it around a little bit more. And there's Cool all alone. He had tons of time in the paint.
And what body control as he caught that rolling to the rim. He was turning one direction, then power dribbled to rotate the opposite.
Cameron Oriole, nifty pass. Lee, this will be to Kent Jackson, and the Ospreys with back-to-back triples.
Looking like a little bit of a shootout right now, Richard, but good looks from North Florida. And when you can catch them in rhythm, it's easy to make that shot.
Oriole got the high hands. Coach, you were ready for that one.
I had you, brother. I was going to not let him take you out. I had to assist.
Serman's a third, finds daylight for the bucket.
He's so short, but he's so quick and strong. Look at his upper body. You can just see it in his shoulders. Contact doesn't affect Sermons.
DHL. Here's Plummer. He'll have the three. Plummer no good. For a rebound, goes to Cool.
I'd almost rather see him just penetrate and just dunk on everybody down low.
That would be ideal. Here's Cool. Power dribble, back out. One more. They go Johnson in the corner. And Johnson hits a three.
Such a good job of ball movement. Those shooters know to get wide, but Cool commands so much attention in the paint. Everyone's helping.
Lead is 7. Oriole had the advantage there, but Serman's a third with good defense.
And you know what? He's so strong in his body. He's not fouling Cameron, but his contact is knocking him off balance. Cameron, that is.
Serman's a third. Trying to find Cool. Cool has the matchup against Oriole, and Cool's going to finish. Right there is Mason Lee with some pushing and shoving. Stetson bench is unhappy.
He got a little bit of a contact to the head. I think that's what they're going to beg him to go look at the monitor. I don't know if they will, but he just gets down low and gets on that block. Cool.
Johnson near steal, and head coach Donnie Jones yelling at the officials, "Wake up, guys."
Right, and it's like, you saw it, I saw it, but these guys in the stripes didn't see it, but that's irrelevant to the situation right now. But let's stay back here. Cool, and him down low and how he gets on that block, and it's just like, he gets so big and wide and gives such a strong target for the guards to hit.
When his field goal percentage is always insane. He now has 10 points, 8 rebounds. He's 5 of 9 shooting.
He's a double-double about to happen.
There's Dalton Gayman. Mason Lee hit one earlier from that spot. Oriole. Difficult shot. You've got Serman's a third, just all up on him. Point guard will come back. He wants Cool at the left elbow. And they'll reset.
Look at the distance that Cameron Oriole gives Sermons because he knows he wants to penetrate and not necessarily shoot the ball.
Serman's a third. They'll go handoff for Johnson. Johnson takes it with the left hand. Perfect English.
Both those guards, Johnson and Copeland, with the ability to shoot it like they do, but also beat you off the dribble.
Dalton Gayman. Bounce pass for Plummer. He was looking downhill again for Dalton Gayman. Kent Jackson the catch and shoot. And Kent Jackson another three.
I love shooters, and we got some shooters shooting tonight. These guys on both sides of the floor.
Add another three up there on the rafters. Copeland. Hatters will take their time. They look very comfortable. Serman's a third dump off. And Cool with the slam.
And it all started with Sermon beating his man off the dribble and drawing the attention. You're almost better letting Sermon go against one man. Don't double team Sermon. If he beats you, let him beat you. You can't let Cool come off the weak side for the dunk.
Well, the point guard has been dishing 8 assists in this one. And that's going to be called on Lee. So Serman's a third. He's been flexing those shoulders, traps, and biceps.
But you know, man, the way these guys called them earlier at Florida State. And so it's like, I'm not surprised that they're playing well. It's just, why are they playing well now? And they've been struggling for a little bit. But, you know, they've got a lot of options down there. And when Arias gets loose shooting threes, and they've got some bigs in the paint that can cause you some problems. But it is a little surprise. And if you're North Florida, you really want Lipscomb to win. You don't want them taking an L when they're coming in on Saturday.
Well, that's right. As we've got Jade Barquette. She's on the sideline. She's got more about what she's seen and heard. Jade.
Guys, this Stetson Hatters team just got off to the same start they did in the beginning of the game, and it was mostly a player-led huddle. Just Alex Doyle was the main voice just saying, no let up, continue to push. Head coach Donnie Jones was looking at Finley Sheridan saying, get the rebound. He almost had one there. They had the possession back again. Right back to you guys.
Great point, Jade, because Sheridan, who came out really being aggressive and attacking, he was kind of silent the last 10 minutes. And you're right, they have taken the fight to this team just like they did at the beginning.
Offensive rebound. One more, it's Copeland. Hand in his face, and he nails it in front of Mason Lee.
These dudes can shoot it, and Mason Lee's got 4 or 5 inches on Copeland, but Copeland is fearless. He's got a lot of good lift on his jump shot, Copeland, for Stetson when he goes up to shoot that thing.
One for Lee, you want to stay back, you've got 3 fouls that you're working on. Lee, he looks to drive, takes it up strong for the finish.
That's a nice look for Lee. He realized he had no one on him for that jumper and could get to the rim to attack them to draw the contact.
Coach Jones saying slow this down just a little bit. Let's create our tempo.
Right, they go about 10 or 12 points less a game than North Florida does.
Cool, spin move. Puts his head into it, drives. Oh, he's got so many moves in his bag.
He does. It's crazy. I'm super impressed watching him up close and personal. Film does not do him justice to what he can do out here.
14 points, 9 boards. Hines. As the Ospreys have Oriole over in the far corner. Kent Jackson. Serman's a third, defending well. And that's just good defense, but better offense.
Well, Jackson knocking down the 3 is opening up his drive. He hit a couple threes early here in the half, which makes everyone close out on him harder, so he knows he can get by them and get that 15-footer versus trying to knock down a 22-footer.
Copeland goes no-look pass. Guess who? They find number 9. Johnson goes one more. One more again by Serman's a third, and he's got his 10th assist.
They had Lee kind of rotating around. He closed out on the shooter and left cool, and Gayman couldn't recover in time.
And Jackson, a three-pointer, lips out. And Sheridan fights off everybody to pull down that rebound. This one's stolen by Cam Oriole. Oriole goes up and in with the left hand.
That's probably the first Cam Oriole play of the night, really, because that's how he plays this game. He's good at jumping the lane, getting a steal, and taking it off for the races to get a transition basket. And they need more of that out of him, but they just need to crank up that defense and get more in the passing lane.
Oh, you're right. Other than that, for Oriole, it's just been free throw line. Hatters working around. Serman's a third will pull the trigger. No good. And this one over courtside as Johnson was ready to leap over the table there, as we'll take a break here for immediate timeout. Hatters leading by 11. And
Coach Jones, Sermon that just jacked that 3, right? And it was kind of off, and they tipped it out of bounds, and that's where we are right now. And Coach Jones was doing what a good coach does. He grabbed him and was telling him, you can see it in his hands, he's telling him he's got to worry about his penetration. I need you penetrating and pitching and or going to the rim, not shooting three-pointers from deep when that's not your specialty.
Cam Oriole, he's got a second bucket, as you see, dropping dimes right there. Sermon's a third. He's got 10 assists tonight, third time this year of 10 or more.
And he is such a good distributor, and that's where Coach Jones was talking about, wanting him to just do what he's good at. It's one of those things you tell players, just be you. Don't be trying to make it your individual workout.
There's McGregor. He's back on the floor. Copeland. It's a tough shot. Hines gets a long rebound.
And that's a big rebound because they are getting beat on the glass right now. 26-23 North Florida is by Stetson. And at halftime, it was 12-12 in paint points.
Hines, who's been really good lately, finishes.
And that 12-12 in paint points this half is 26-16 at that last time out.
Johnson comes all the way back. No whistle. As a bench not too pleased for the Hatters. Cam Oriole, but you got high hands by Copeland to knock it away. McGregor comes all the way back. Student section wanted to travel.
I would have gave him one too.
McGregor has a matchup. Hines well defended. Man underneath, and all alone again is Colin Cool.
The guards do such a good job drawing the bigs and getting the bigs to double, and as soon as they double, they know Cool is rolling to the front of the rim, and he's taking advantage of getting buckets on buckets.
Nestor Diachuk. Cool has a defensive assignment. Diachuk backs him down, works underneath. Tough angle. Cool will win that battle.
He's so strong, Cool is. Diachuk's got no chance to go through him with his strength.
There's some good hands as Hines knocks it away as the Hatters fans kick it back in, and they've traveled well from DeLand.
As they should. They're just down the road.
Well, it's tough to get me out of bed, I tell you what. With this cold weather, I'm shocked I even made it this far.
Yeah, they told me I may have to go solo.
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes away.
Hey, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, you could do both. I'm not worried. Doyle's back on the floor for Stetson. Look out for his corner threes for the big man, the junior forward. So Sheridan comes off. Under 10 minutes to play, second half.
You can see the pace of play has picked up a little bit, and the Stetson is gassed. They don't like this type of play. As you said a little bit ago, Coach Jones likes the pace a little slower than North Florida.
Here's McGregor. Here's the offensive call from Coach Jones. Copeland. McGregor, he'll go floater, pops it and rolls.
Great ball movement. These guys know to kick it to the open man. Nobody from Stetson forces a shot. It's all in rhythm.
McGregor last game had to play a ton of minutes. Real goes high glass.
And that's that 2-foot jump stop we talked about. If you go off 2 feet, it's easier to go up with that pump fake on a big man versus going in there flying off 1 foot.
Oriole, fourth Osprey in double figures. He's got 10. And a foul. We'll have an inbounds along the baseline. And that's going to be a big whistle because that one on Nestor Diachuk. That's foul number 4 on the big man.
And it's tough. You're right about that, Richard. It's a tough break for North Florida because they don't go as deep with bigs as Stetson does.
Remember, Lee also dealing with some foul trouble. McGregor looks over to Copeland. He's on this side near the scorer's table. Doyle goes long pass to Johnson. Johnson, catch and shoot. Rebound for Gayman. Gayman looks ahead. Gayman's going to take it. Steps through the lefty finish.
That is such a good play by the big man. Almost looking like a guard going down there in traffic and laying that thing up reverse.
Went coast to coast. McGregor. Yeah, that was tough right there, but he's got Copeland to back him up. McGregor. Cool. Cool's going to drive it and finish his second dunk of the night. Well, that was a great little head fake there. Everybody thought he was passing.
And Diachuk hesitated. He thought
second half, it is really popping for this young man.
He got a quick foul early, and then coach took him out. And, so the offense changed. But since he got back in the game after that first foul, he's just kind of said, hey, man, I'm in control, and this is my gym. I'm taking over.
And a foul there is Sermon's a third. Pushes there. We had Jade over in the UNF huddle. Jade, what did you hear?
Obviously an upsetting huddle over there for the Ospreys, but Coach just emphasized we have to get a stop. We have to get a stop. There's really no stopping the Stetson offense right now for the Ospreys. But on the other end, scoring off transition is where he said that they play their best game. Guys, right now, who do they need to stop to get the ball back so they can score?
They're going to have to keep the ball out of the post. As long as that ball's getting in the post, they can't get that ball in transition. And the other way to get transition is defensive rebounds. But you can't get a defensive rebound if they're making the shots. So it's like a three-headed monster, and you got to get one of those things, and you have to totally take advantage. But it's got to happen on defense. They've got to get stops, as Coach Kennett said. And the problem is the penetration's breaking them down and causing help, and then that's giving the easy pass to the post for the layup.
There's McGregor. Not about the three there. It comes back out. Calvin Sermon's the third. Off the mark. Gets his own miss. He soared in. Where was his cape?
Where's the box out? 5 guys on defense. Somebody needs to box out the little man because Sermon's has got major ups.
That
he came flying in there from the three-point line.
Was one of the most impressive things I've seen in this gym this year. Is that young man, he was a baller at Kaiser. Let's see this again.
He just comes untouched and all but gets the putback.
Oh, and Cool, it looked like he hooked him, and that was the case. Hooked it around, got Cam Oriole.
And he uses his elbows wisely, but I haven't seen him do it yet this game. But, you know, here he 100%. That hook goes off to the head, which is more so probably why he got his knowledge. But he wrapped him to take off. 3 fouls now on Cool. Only guy on the floor, only guy on Stetson with 3, where we have Diachok with 4 and Lee with 3 for North Florida.
Called for that one. 7 minutes to play here in the second half. Mason Lee, some hard work down the low, works on Doyle.
And he's the unsung hero all the time, it seems like, when you see North Florida play. He just puts stuff in the stat sheet that you don't expect him.
And again, just good vision. We've seen it from the Hatters tonight. Their passing has been impeccable. Yes, it started with their point guard, but I feel like everybody has been on the same page, Jacob.
Oh, their wings, their bigs, everyone is looking up, their heads up under pressure. And that's what Coach Kennan talked about. He said they needed to take the vision away of the perimeter players or anyone on the perimeter because they distribute the ball so well.
Free throw line, Copeland misses the first. So you see that foul, Hines, right there. Doyle comes out.
And so many guys, and you know, we talked about the perimeter to score, but it's like they just keep bringing them in waves.
It's an 8-point lead for the Hatters.
There's a good chance to score down low right now because Cool's out of the game. You've got to deal with Sheridan, who's a shot blocker, but he doesn't have the physical strength.
Stetson is led for over 30 minutes. Kid Jackson, that one misses, but Gayman pulls it down and lands very hard as he's slow to get up.
He was in the air, and Sheridan kind of boxed him out. It's a foul, no question. But that would have been a different rebound if Cool was down there. Gayman can grab the rebound from Sheridan. Cool does such a good job of holding his space. It's hard to get a rebound when Cool's around you.
So we see B.J. Plummer, who will retake the floor. Plummer comes in. Here's a replay, Jacob.
He goes up, and you can see the back end. It's whether Sheridan meant to hit him or not. His body banged into him and caused him to go to the floor.
And that'll be Oriole for the inbounds underneath. Inbounds for Lee. Lee has the mismatch, and he's too strong.
Went into the contact. A lot of times that helps you lay it up softer, but for some reason, Lee went up harder with the ball with the contact.
Only his second missed field goal tonight. McGregor. He's looking in the paint. Hand off, it's Copeland. McGregor, he'll drive on Gayman, throws in a spin move. The fadeaway's too long. But there's Sheridan, who is really good in the first half, and this gives the Hatters time to kind of milk that clock.
Absolutely, and Donnie Jones right there just had him pull the ball out versus trying to score quickly.
Calling for it right away. Finley Sheridan, right hand. He was too strong, and Cam Oriole's going to win that battle. Jackson goes Oriole.
Because Stetson's hasn't been able to do much down low, they're sending Cool back in to try to get control of the paint again, because that's where North Florida's able to climb back a little bit to cut this to 8 points.
Yeah, they've got to bring Cool back in. He's the first guy on the floor with 20 points, 10 rebounds, third straight game with a double-double.
The fact that it's only been 3 straight games is amazing to me, because how anyone holds Cool to single digits is shocking.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Inbounds, here's Plummer, catches it, lays it in, B.J. Plummer.
I like that play. They got him spinning off a wheel route, cutting down the front to the front of the rim. Is really good action from North Florida. And the finish with the contact there from the freshman. He's got to make plays like that.
Good basket, 6-point game. Sheridan. Johnson fakes it. Serman's at third. Common collected. Sidestep for a 3. Copeland nails it in a fist pump.
Shooter on shooter. Copeland saw the North Florida shooter closing out and sold him on that fake. Just a one dribble sidestep.
5 threes tonight for Copeland. Oriole, and he'll get called for the offensive foul, so a little bit of what Cole did to him earlier.
Yes, but the difference was with Cole, where he's so big and strong, he made him move, and it's like Oriole just really, he did get a good hook. He didn't make a lot of contact, but he gained an advantage by using his arm.
Calvin's in the gym, and he's a force.
No question.
Sermon's the third. Copeland, fake the three, goes to Cool, and he misses. We have not seen that a ton tonight with his field goal percentage.
The defense is just playing so hard down there defending him, and it's just a physical battle. Those posts are going to sleep good tonight.
And Jackson, he'll find Dalton Gayman. Gayman through contact in the end one.
He's given up 3 or 4 inches to Sheridan, but he just went, we've been talking about it all night. He's going off 2 feet. He's gaining the strength to explode through the contact, and he jumps down and just goes right up, and Sheridan, the shot blocker, is trying to make it happen. And Gayman just keeps his focus on the rim and goes right through that contact.
Another strong game from Dalton. 6 of 10 from the field. 8 rebounds to go now with 16 points. Tied for the team lead.
They've got to cut to 6 now, Richard. They're really going to have to. They can't let it grow. They got to keep chipping away if North Florida wants to pick up this home win. But Stetson, man, the way they're smart with the ball and their defense is tough.
Cool. Give it off to his point guard. Sermon's a third. Sheridan gives it right back. 10 on the clock. They'll take their time. Sermon's a third. 3. And it's wide to the left. And a foul on the floor.
He's going to get Cameron Oriole with a hold, Richard, on that rebound. Sheridan was trying to reach up for the rebound, and had gained a huge advantage in the second half. And Gayman for North Florida has done such a good job wrestling and fighting with Cool down low to bring North Florida back in this game when it was about to open wide open.
Johnson catches it. That foul before it took us into break was on Cam Oriole. Sermon's a third. 11 assists in this game. Second time he's done it this year. His first as a Hatter. Sermon's a third. Spin move. Beauty, but just short. Jackson ends up with the rebound.
Huge rebounds to catch those long tip-aways.
Mason Lee left open. Lee, the line drive 3, and it gets knocked over to Plummer. The Plummer takes a quick shot in the corner.
I would have rather him brought it out top and reset the offense, and I think Coach Kennon's got the same thought as he kind of shakes his head.
The Ospreys cool from downtown, just 7 for 22.
They've been able to score inside the arc. Go ahead and just grind it out with your opponent. Don't get caught up in trying to jack threes.
Sheridan is looking for Copeland. He'll go downhill, and guess who? It's number 9, Colin Cool.
They get him out on the perimeter setting ball screens or even just away from the ball screens, and he gets wide open on the roll almost every time.
Extending that lead. Cam Oriole. Hand in his face. Hatters have done a beautiful job defensively on it. He looks to drive. Cools on him. Draws the foul, but for the most part, the Hatters have kept number 11 contained.
I was looking at that last time out just when we were talking, and that's what they've done. This is one of his good times penetrating against the defense, and he does triple the foul. He's had one transition basket, really, during this game, and he usually feasts for him, not famine, and it's a lot of famine in this game for him on that scoring in transition. But it's all, you got to give the defense credit, like you said, Richard. It's not Cameron Oriole's not playing well. It's by Donnie Jones's defense. But these Stetson Hatters perimeter players and even the bigs, when they get switched off, have contained Cameron Oriole.
But I'd say a lot of it tonight, McGregor. I think he set that tone in the first half of being up on Cam Oriole, the ace on leading scorer.
And he was Mr. Tough Guy, too. He was not going to let Cameron Oriole be relaxed. He was tough up under his grill.
Timeout taken by North Florida. We'll take a timeout as well. 2:19 to play. Hatters up by.
The big dogs have come to play. Like, they're all here tonight. But it's the 13 offensive rebounds for Stetson might be the difference in the game to the 8 offensive rebounds for UNF with this 7-point game, because there's 4 more points in the paint and 3 more second chance points, and that's where it's got to be coming from. It's the free throws. Everyone's knocking down their free throws. It's such a well-matched game statistically.
Sermon's a third. Goes downhill. Guess who? It's Colin Cool. And he'll get fouled. Somehow still almost wrangled that ball in.
He did. He did a great job getting that shot off, and Gayman did a really good job recovering, but how Cool is getting so open is crazy. Off of the ball screen perimeter stuff, and Gayman got him twice, and it's like Cool to even stay in there and have a chance to shoot the second time. But he's so big and strong, and like for this league, he is a big-time post player for the A-Sun.
2 shots, and he drains the first. He has looked great here tonight. We mentioned it kind of first half. We didn't see a ton, but what we saw Cam Oriole, he was quiet in the first half of games last week, and then he turned it on in the second half.
And he can put it on the floor, too. I haven't really seen him shoot many jump shots, but he can do so many things as a post player. I'm surprised he's in the A-Sun. That's a good get for Stetson.
Jackson for 3 and a big answer.
And talk about a good get for North Florida. Jackson in the backcourt, getting him to transfer across town has been a clutch 3-point assassin for North Florida.
And Donnie Jones is going to call a timeout. You can see it, sense it. 19 points now for Jackson. He's 5 of 10 from downtown.
And, North Florida's done a good job fighting it here down the stretch. But I promise you, Bobby Jones just went in there and talked about that defense during this timeout.
Osprey's 8 3-pointers made, 5 have been from Kent Jackson. Alvin Sermons the third, matched up against Oriole. Johnson, Oriole with tight defense, very physical. Sermons the third. There's Copeland, 3 to shoot. Does he realize it? He does. Step back, 3! Huge shot by Copeland.
And within 2 minutes, I like this. I like the officials going to make sure it was a 3-pointer. Point to climb over North Florida. That's 7-point deficit here, Richard.
Yeah, that's big. Thank you to DB Sport Meg. Always working hard over there, getting us looks for the officials. So Copeland averages almost 13 points a game. Tonight he's over 20. He's been balling. Of course, had that 29-point game against Rhodes earlier this season. Oriole. And Kent Jackson gets knocked down. And that's on Calvin Sermons the third.
A little too physical coming through the screen. But like Sermons is he's a bulldozer. He's a tough little guy. I'd love to have him on my team, but you can see him. He's got Jackson all wrapped up, causes Jackson to go down, which would have been crazy if that shot had gone down. The ability for North Florida to score points with the clock stopped. These free throws add points to the scoreboard without having to worry about losing seconds on the clock.
Big time. The Ospreys now 14 for 16. Just over 87% on the evening. Tonight, Stetson 7 for 11.
Ospreys, hands up!
Ospreys' best free throw shooting team in the A-Sun. And Jackson is short there. Johnson comes down with it. And it looks like he's holding one of his fingers. I think a trainer is going to have to come over. Or the official said so initially. And he'll hop up.
They're going to leave the trainer as long as possible because if the trainer comes, he has to come out of the game. It's about whether he wants to come out of the game now. But he's like, looks like he's almost got his finger jammed or his knuckle.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to come out. As he's holding that left thumb.
So let's take the shooter out and put out one of our better defenders on the perimeter if you're Donnie Jones. He loses a little size with McGregor, but McGregor, as you've mentioned, has done such a job defensively on the perimeter.
1:03 to go. Ball for the Hatters. Got two good guards who can handle it.
1 minute reporting.
McGregor. And Oriole there, the foul, trying to poke it out.
Trying to get that tip from behind, Richard. It's just prototypical perfect transition defense. If you get beat, it's at least try to tip that thing from behind.
So McGregor heads to the stripe. Really, I'd say, Jacob, tonight he was a tone setter when you had Calvin come to the bench, even just for a couple of minutes. McGregor went out there, and the sophomore just was relentless.
Yes, and he just, as like a super sub coming in, just making it happen, and like how he set that tone defensively while their best player was on the floor, or on the bench.
Are you making soccer references now, too? Free throw good.
Hey, I'm full of it. I'm like a sports thesaurus.
I love it. Jackson, tough ball to handle. McGregor in his face.
Look at the defense. You're just talking about him. He is all up under Jackson.
Jackson finds some daylight. Dump ball for Dalton Gayman. The Ospreys have another 2 points.
And that was created by getting by McGregor, which created the help, and then Jackson with a great little scoop pass underneath.
So you
just can't give up that basket. Like the second chance point right now, and it's just like it's almost impossible to overcome. But man, it's like, 6 points with 44 seconds. That's an eternity in today's game.
Oh, for sure. Well, in this building last week, we saw 2 game winners by Cam Oriole when you felt like the game was out and had no chance of coming back. So a quick foul there, 40.9 seconds.
Oliver was riding him a little bit. So Sermon's going to the free throw line, but Sermon's got away with a little bit of a hook. Right at a 78% free throw shooter, so you got to think that Sermon's going to knock these down.
His passing has been fantastic tonight. Free throws are key, misses that.
Announcer's jinx.
Kent Jackson way downtown, just short. Knocks around, pinball goes to McGregor.
Don't go to the blackjack table with Jackson, because he's going to take a bad hit. Because that shot, he's 30 feet out, and it's like you can get that, you can get a better look. I don't like it from that deep in transition. But if it falls, he's like the hero. But I like the fact that he's not scared to shoot it also, Richard. Like, he wants that shot.
So checking on the officials, it'll be 2 shots here for McGregor, who steps up to the line. Hatters tonight 9 for 14 at the stripe. First one is good. .5 seconds to play. Donnie Jones talking to his assistants about some of the guards that are switching, it sounded like.
Yeah, and he's wondering about which defense he wants to play right now. Like, they're talking about a full court press to slow him down or to trap Oriole to keep the ball out of his hands.
Oriole, tough 3, it's no good. Dalton Gayman keeps fighting, he gets out an offensive rebound. Shot, Plummer, he'll drain a 3. And some pushing and shoving, Mason Lee involved. And we saw it early in this half, very physical.
Practice playing golf.
That's when you see him the most.
I know, right? I see him all the time when I go get lunch. He's hitting balls at the range.
So Stetson, they'll have the inbounds. It'll be Ethan Copeland. A deep breath. And so they get it inbounds, of course, get him fouled. Is this, you look at the Hatters tonight, we talked about that tough gauntlet. You lose 3 straight, but you're playing powerhouses right now in the Atlantic Sun. Tonight, I've seen such a well-rounded team that plays hard defense and just finds that open man.
And, we talked about, and it's something the coaching staff here at Stetson talked about was, they were so ball dominant with Jamie Phillips because he's such a good player with the ball that not everyone else was getting the ball as much, and so their offense has become more fluid, now with Jamie Phillips' injury, and now they've kind of adjusted their offense without him. They've had a few games now to kind of find their rhythm, and I think they're finding their rhythm offensively for sure, just as you said, Richard.
Copeland makes a second and the 2. Oriole comes back. Kent Jackson. One dribble pass to Oriole. 3 is too strong. And Lee wraps up Ethan Copeland.
I mean, the seconds are ticking off for North Florida. And those threes, those shots when they're not falling, it may have been better to go get that 2, but it's hard to go get that 2 with Sheridan and Cool in the game because they're such good shot blockers. You can't really go down low and get that basket.
So Copeland heads to the free throw line, but again, I come back to how the Hatters started this game. It's like they came off the bus, and every one of them had 3 or 4 Pepsis. I mean, they were just really, really ready and raring to go.
No, you're 100% right. Hey, and a note for our sponsor, Pepsi, tonight. But good product placement. I feel like I'm watching Stranger Things now. Now they got products everywhere placed. But they came in here with focus and energy to come get this road win. And they've carried it. It faltered a little bit, but they're finishing with that same intensity.
Oriole for Plummer. Deep 3 is no good. And the Hatters, who get the win on the road by 7 for a game where they were in charge almost the entire night.
And they deserve to win the game because